Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mariam Imran and welcome back to Introduction to Statistical Learning. Today we're going to be understanding chapter 5 resampling method. So let's understand what resampling method really is. This method involves drawing a certain samples from a data set, training data set, and refitting them into a statistical model on each of the sample in order for us to understand some additional information about that fitted model. So there are two types of resampling methods that are most commonly used, that are cross validation and bootstrap. So what cross validation does is that it estimates the test error of a specific statistical learning method or to select the appropriate level of flexibility of that method. So the other method that is most commonly used is the bootstrap method, and it helps us understand the accuracy of the parameter estimates for a certain statistical learning approach or a method, we can say. So these two are the most commonly used methods. So हम इसमें understand करेंगे कि हमारे पास होता क्या है in the cross validation. So we divide the data into training and test, and then we apply that training data जो हमारे पास उससे हमारे मॉडल ने लर्न किया होता है on our test fold or hold of data. So what are the problems that we face in cross validation? So the first one is that the validation estimate of the test error can be highly variable. So depending on the precisely which random observation are randomly assigned to the training and test set. So and the other problem is that our model can overestimate or overfit that error rate, because हमारे पास जो ट्रेनिंग और टेस्ट डेटा है उसका अगर हमारे पास सैम्पल साइज छोटा है तो ओवर एस्टिमेशन का मसला आता है. सो व्हाट वी यूज़ इज़ द के फोल्ड क्रॉस वैलिडेशन. सो what is k-fold cross validation? So what happens is that we basically divide our data set into k groups, or we can say fold, for exactly approximately the same size. So this is a much better approach than cross validation, and some of the advantages of this method are that it basically helps us understand the model or the we can say the statistical learning method in less computational expensive method. एंड ऑल्सो हमारे पास जो ये क्रॉस वैलिडेशन है उसके साथ हम एक और मेथड यूज़ करते हैं, दैट इज़ लीव वन आउट क्रॉस वैलिडेशन. So what happens in a leave one out cross validation is that we take the sample data, and then we test that on one data set that is leave out क्रॉस वैलिडेशन. सो हमारे पास के फोल्ड और लीव वन आउट क्रॉस वैलिडेशन में difference ये है कि when it comes to the variance and bias trade-off, the k-fold is much better than leave one out cross validation method. So overall, k-fold cross validation provides a more accurate measure of the test error that we're going to be estimating for us to understand our statistical method better. So let's understand what bootstrap means. So bootstrap is a widely acceptable and extremely powerful statistical tool that we use to estimate the or quantify the uncertainty associated with an estimator or some statistical learning method. So इसके हम एक एग्जांपल इस तरह से देख सकते हैं कि इफ़ वी हैव अ $10,000 इन्वेस्टमेंट जो कि हमने एक स्टॉक्स परचेज़ करने में करनी है. सो वी कैन सी कि हम उसको टू टाइप्स ऑफ स्टॉक में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, दैट इज़ वाई एंड एक्स. सो स्टॉक ए जो है वो हमारे पास एक्स रिटर्न है और स्टॉक बी जो है वो हमारे पास वाई रिटर्न है. सो स्टॉक ए एंड स्टॉक बी आर नॉट द सेम एंड दे हैव डिफरेंट मीन्स एंड वेरिएंसेस. सो हमारे पास एक इसमें एक what you can say एक formula यूज़ होता है that estimates us the alpha, and that alpha estimates us the parameter that is our bootstrap method that helps us figure out कि हमारे पास uncertainty कितनी है उस model में. So we can estimate if this method is good for the certain data type or not. So these methods really help us understand our statistical learning models, and they help us figure out कि हमारे पास जो data set provided है उसके लिए कौन सा method और statistical learning model appropriate है. और these types of method like these resampling methods and they are most commonly used. So इसमें हमारे पास जिस तरह ये हमारे पास एक और एग्जांपल आ गया कि जिस तरह हमारे पास बूटस्ट्रैप से एक मिनिमम वेरियंस पोर्टफोलियो शो हो जाती है. सो द बायस वेरियंस ट्रेड आउट हमारे पास बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है जो कि हमें अंडरस्टैंड करने में हेल्प करती है कि हाउ this statistical model is gonna help us understand the data set given और उससे हम क्या estimates कर सकते हैं. So I hope everyone understood this and this was a pretty easy topic and I hope you all like this video and see you next week inshallah.